What's up, guys? It is time for me to answer all of your questions. We are doing this Q&A. I just want to say first and foremost, I absolutely loved your questions. Some of them are giving me a hard time, so I'm just gonna go with the easy ones first, which are things about myself. From Isa, since I heard your accent, I just want to ask about it, plus other questions, okay? My accent, well, I think my accent is primarily American. That's because I grew up not in the States, but my dad was in the military, which means that we were based in different countries, I guess. We were based in Japan, we were based in Germany, but growing up I was surrounded by American kids, basically, because I grew up on bases, and that's probably why you hear the American accent. I fool around sometimes, and I go into a bit of an Aussie accent. That's just because I truly believe deep down that I was meant to be Australian, but that's fine. But hi to any of the Aussies out there that might be watching this. I really, really hope that one day I can be adopted and it'll be okay for me to talk in an Australian accent. What's my ethnicity since my last name is Savard? Okay, so I am an American citizen, but I'm a dual citizen, which means that because I'm half Filipino, half American, I can go and live in both countries. Woo! Best of both worlds. But my ethnicity is technically I am half French Canadian. So the ancestry is my great whoever grandparents were, I guess, in France, and then they shot over to Canada, in that area or that region of Canada that's primarily French, and that's where the name or the last name Savard comes from. And then on my mother's side, purely Filipino, Kapampangan to be exact. So my mom resides in Pampanga. Savard, yeah, it's quite, it's not a name that I guess you hear a lot, but I like that. How was I connected to Ian Fort? Okay, well, when I came to Christ, during the time that I gave my life, I remember passing by Ian Fort and hearing really just God's whisper say, "Come home, child." And I just knew that that Sunday I had to go to that church. And it's funny because that was the very same Sunday that they were doing volunteer weekend, which means that they were getting people to volunteer for the different ministries. And being a singer, I was so fresh and so new, I guess, to the faith, but at the same time I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna join. I'm just gonna audition. I mean, I hope that they don't quiz me about the Bible and stuff, but I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna join. And so when I went to the audition, I ended up crying. I ended up crying because I was just in tears from knowing the Lord and just finally coming to Him. And I told them all of this, so I feel like I actually failed my audition pretty bad vocal wise, but maybe they saw that there was just a desperation in my heart to want to love and serve the Lord in Ian Fort. So I stayed there for about 1 year and a half, and I served on the music team, the 6 and 8 p.m. music team, and that's how I got to know a lot of the pastors there, a lot of the leaders there, and I just stayed connected with them. I have moved churches since. I go to Favor now, which is based in Shang under Pastor James and Kate Ayton, and that's where I am currently attending and serving. Where do I see myself in 10 years? You know, I got a lot of dreams, and I feel like a lot of them are definitely God dreams. I've always known that my calling was music, but I think that I have gifts in both music and communication. So that's the reason why I kind of wanted to partner the two together. That's the reason why I started the YouTube channel. But my main focus right now is that I really want to pursue music, and I want to pursue it in the Christian route. So, you know, I look up to girls like Lauren Daigle, I look up to girls like Tori Kelly, and not to copy them or anything, but it's sort of the path that I see myself going. So I don't know where that's going to bring me in 10 years. You know, hopefully I'm thinking maybe it'll bring me back to the States and I could be part of the whole CCM or Christian contemporary music scene. That's definitely my biggest dream, and in 10 years from now I hope to be just writing songs for God and really just teaching and just telling about His goodness and serving people, serving in ministry, you know, still have a career in music, but also make that career my ministry as well, and to tell people through my songs that God loves them. How old am I? I'm 26. Currently, I'm about to turn 27, which is funny because it leads right into my next album. So this is going to be my very first album as a solo artist. As people know, I used to be in a band called Sammy Hollywood and released 2 albums. This one that I'm putting out on my own independently is going to be called 27. And it was kind of a word from God because I'm going to be releasing it next year, early next year, but it's actually going to be done, wrapped, everything recorded, finalized this November, right around the time that I turn 27. And a verse that God kept speaking into my heart, into my soul, was Psalm 27, which, by the way, I wrote a song about, and it's posted as well on my YouTube page. So yeah, so the album will be done by this month, but it will be released hopefully very early of Q1 2019, and it's going to be called 27, and I'll talk more about the album in general in another video. Okay, Gab and Robert, they both had the same question. Why I quit Save Me Hollywood. I don't like to use the term quit, okay, because I don't quit things, you know. I gave a lot of time, I invested a lot of my early years into being the vocalist of a band, which means that I wrote songs, we performed a lot, we were so blessed to be able to perform here in the Philippines and outside of the country, and just to grow the fan base that we did. I didn't realize it sometimes, that I was like, oh wow, people actually, you know, listen to us and like us. But I think in anything, you kind of outgrow sometimes. You outgrow the thing that you're part of, and there's really nothing you can do about that, because that's just life. So I didn't quit the band. What happened was we went on a 2-year hiatus, and it's no one's fault, but you know, I really was going back and saying, hey, are we going to write? Are we going to release anything? Is this still going to be a family? Is this still going to be a band? And I waited for 2 years, and in those 2 years I was really struggling personally in my own personal life, which I talk about in my testimony. So it all kind of lines up, because when I gave my life to God, He said, I think you need to let go of some of these things that you've been holding on to. So one of them was a relationship. It was a relationship with a guy who I thought I was going to get married to, and the other one was my band. And they were my brothers, and they were my best friends. And we're all still good, guys. All of us are still friends. We still talk, we still love each other, we still support each other. I know that they're all doing their own things. They have their own bands now, their own music projects, and I'm just glad that they also love and support me in what I'm doing right now as a solo artist, because yeah, I'm always going to continue writing songs. Like I said, I feel like it's my calling, and it's in my blood, and it's the thing that I'm most passionate about. How did I get good at singing and playing guitar? Did I enroll in music class? I have never taken a music course. My course in college was creative writing, but I think that really helped me hone my lyrics. So because I read a lot, I like words, I like playing around with words, and I think that with melodies, it's so fun. For me, it's just so fun to partner the two together. I don't know if that's answering your question, but I didn't necessarily enroll in a music class, but that course really did help me. And along the way, maybe for 2 months, I would go once a week to a vocal teacher and to just get that person to analyze my voice, help me with some techniques, help me with my breathing. I don't think that I had a very wide range back then. I really don't know if I have a wide range right now, but what I'm confident in is my style, and I think I'm very confident in the way I sing now. And I think that's what's most important, is that you don't have to be the best singer around. Not everyone is going to be Mariah Carey, you know, so it doesn't mean though that you can't pursue music or you can't pursue singing. I think as long as you have something to say, you have the heart to do it, you work hard and you're passionate about it, you're definitely going to succeed. But it's practice and it's discipline. So I think the only way that I got good at singing and playing guitar was because I practice, not every single day, but I think I practice enough that I get calluses on my fingers, and I feel the growth in my voice, and I feel my voice strengthening. And also performing live is so crucial, because it's a whole different scene. You know, when you're practicing in your room, it's just you. But when you're practicing in front of people, or you're performing in front of people, you really are definitely more sensitive to how you sound. I was very frustrated with the guitar before, and I never wanted to perform live with it, but then I eventually just said, you're not gonna know how to do it live until you do it live. And so I sucked the first time that I played the guitar live while I was singing, but just through a period of, again, performing over and over and practicing it at home and then doing it live, it helped me. And I'm still improving. I still think that I need a lot of improvement in my craft, but that's the reason why I do it anyways, is because I want to get better at it and I want to succeed at it. Last of the easier questions from Chelsea: how many tattoos do I have and the meaning of each? So I'll run you down. I have 9 tattoos. I have my first one, which says Le Mer de l'Amour, and it's sort of an homage to my French background, which means light love. Then I have the cross over here. Back then when I was like around 16 or stuff, I thought I knew Jesus. Like I think a lot of people are like, why do you say that you just came to Christ last year or 2 years ago? And I say no, I don't think you know Christ until you know Christ. And when you know Christ, you commit and your life completely changes. But back then I had a knowledge of who God was, but I didn't really know God, if that makes sense. So I still thought, you know, being naive back then, it would be cool to put a cross on my wrist. And funny thing was, I got the cross at the very same time that I got the one behind me, which is a cheek clef and a heart, and I had them done literally at the same time. So that was very painful. Then here I have, I am weak, but he is strong. Again, very spiritual. Don't know if I really meant it at the time because I was definitely not living a very good life, but I got it done anyways. And at the same time, I also have one on the back, which is written in the stars, in the palm of your hand, I will dance around the fire, oh Father, to sing for you my heart's desire. And it's basically, I like it because now it really does make sense. Back then, again, I thought I was being a Christian about it, but I really wasn't. But now it really does apply to what I want to do with my life, which is I want to sing for Jesus. So there you go. What else do I have? I have this here. It's a lotus within a dream catcher, and it's very new agey, and I was for a time very new agey. This was before, literally right before I came to Christ, and I was kind of dabbling in different beliefs in different religions per se, just to try to find meaning or purpose, which we all are. And so I got this done as a symbol of it. I wanted to get it removed. It's very expensive to get them removed, and also at the same time it kind of works as a testimony point because people ask me about it and I go, yeah, well, there was a time in my life that I was very lost and this is what I believed in, and so I got a tattoo of it. And then lastly I have one here, which is an homage to Save Me Hollywood. It's the Paper Crane. I don't know if you guys know our debut album was Your Story to Tell, and I love that album. Oh my gosh, I love that album. And it had a paper crane on it, so I just wanted to get that done here on the side. So you can only kind of see it, I guess, when I go to the beach or whatnot. Did I cover everything? Yes. Do I plan on getting more tattoos? No. I don't think so. And if I ever did, it'd probably be very, very small. So I think I have enough. Okay, so there were 2 other questions that they wanted to remain anonymous. And what I'm going to do so that this video isn't too long, I'm going to address both of these questions separately in 2 different videos because these are actually topics that I really want to talk about anyway, and so I think that it'll be more helpful if I'm given a little bit more time to think about how to answer these and also to get more biblical context. So yeah, I'm going to announce my winners now of this promo that I have done. Thank you guys so much for all of your entries. I really, really appreciate it. I could only pick 5 though, so I'm just going to list off those people now. I will DM you personally though and tell you exactly how you can retrieve these, and of course to congratulate you. But if you're watching this right now, congratulations to you, Gabby. You get 1K worth of Chubs Chasers. Marian Jomano, you also get 1K worth of Chubs Chasers. And Nike Gonzalez, congratulations as well, you will get 1K worth. Chelsea Presado, you will also get 1K worth of Chubs Chasers. And lastly, Irvin Aawitin, you get the 1K worth of Chubs Chasers GCs. Have a great time. Take somebody with you. It's an amazing restaurant. They've got so much good food, and your 1K is gonna go a long way. So take someone out and share some love. Thank you guys so much for all of your entries. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I hope I was detailed enough and I was able to explain them so that you would understand and you get a little bit more background info about me. And like I said, those other 2 questions, I definitely plan on answering them, and you will see in my future videos. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.